right, everybody. Let's get into Star Trek Discovery Episode 5, Choose Your Pain. Guys, but before we get into this, tell me what you think about the look of the surrounding. You know, we're Dark Side Movie Reviews. We changed our name from Far Side Movie Reviews to Dark Side Movie Reviews. And I kind of like this dark look. I like the theme of it. I think it goes well with the channel name as well. But I just want to find out your feedback from it. So let me know what you think. Is it too dark? Does it fit with the motif? All of that good stuff. Let me know. Also, before we get started, you guys, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you can stay with us every time we track each episode and share and like this. So now let's get into it. All right, Choose Your Pain, Star Trek Discovery Episode 5. You know, this episode was okay to me. It was kind of lackluster. I wasn't super excited about any part of it. I know at the end of episode 4, when we saw from the previews to come in episode 5, we see the Captain Lorca gets captured, and I thought that was going to be more consequential. Now it just feels like, or it just seems like he got captured, I guess, to bring this other player into the narrative. And I just wish it was more than that. Maybe it'll play out that it's more than that later. Maybe they'll fold that into the story. I'm not sure, but I just wasn't super excited about this episode. I thought that something was going to happen with the tardigrade. Remember, I said before that it was a little bit, something had to happen because of the fact that this creature was being hurt with every jump that they made. And I knew that they weren't going to be able to sustain it. So I wanted to see what they were going to do to actually be able to continue to develop the spore drive. And now it looks like maybe they've come up with a way to develop it using another human host as an organic host, or I'm not sure how they're going to work that out, but I knew that they had to get rid of the tardigrade. There was just like no way that they were going to keep using that creature, or at least it doesn't appear that they're going to keep using that creature. Maybe they will in later episodes, because as we now know, the Federation is looking for more of them to fuel the spore drive. So I do have to say that I'm really interested to see kind of how they develop the spore drive, this technology within the time frame that we're in. Again, we're 10 years in front of Star Trek, the original series. So how they're going to develop this and how it's going to come and how it's going to go, because we know that we don't see it in any of the later episodes. So that's kind of interesting, because it's really a big part of why Discovery can do what it can do and what makes Discovery so special. So as they continue on in this series, I really want to know how they're going to work through this, because again, we don't have that technology later on. So it'll be interesting to see how they play it all out. And I think it might be a little bit consequential, right? Because it's such a big part of the story at this point. People want to see really kind of that technology in greater use. And we'll see what the series does in terms of how they phase it out, because apparently they can't keep it. So we do get a little bit more character development in this episode as well. I mean, nothing that was really special to me. We do see a little bit more development with the science officer and the doctor and Barnum's roommate, I can't remember her name, and the captain, and we get a little bit of interaction between the Starfleet higher ups. But I don't know, this episode felt kind of flat to me. It was still charged with a little bit of I guess anticipation and maybe energy, but it just wasn't as good as the other episodes. So I'm half worried about that, right? I'm half worried in the sense that, as I told you before in the first 3 episodes, I really feel like this thing jumped out with a bang. I mean, still visually for me in this episode, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, I don't even know how many times I have to say, just the visuals in this are amazing. It feels like you're watching a movie. And I'm really impressed by that. But the story with this did dip just a little bit. So I wasn't just super impressed with it. I would like to see kind of more interaction with the Vulcans and to see kind of how all that folds into the story. And I felt like episode 5, honestly, in the series lost a little bit of steam. Am I super worried about that? No, because I kind of felt like my favorite series was Star Trek The Next Generation. You guys heard me say that before, and that kind of ebbed and flowed. And I do agree with a lot of people. That didn't really pick up steam for me until probably around season 2. Although I'm a little bit scared because this is only episode 5, and I feel like it's already taken a little bit of a dip story-wise. So those are my thoughts on episode 5. Guys, what did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you feel it was kind of a lull in the story? Did you feel like it was just okay? I just wasn't super impressed by it. It was enjoyable enough. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to episode 6. And I am interested to see what happens with the science officer. I don't know what was going on there at the end. You guys see, apparently his reflection was still in the mirror. How does all of that work? Who knows? But it'll be interesting to see kind of what affects him injecting himself with, I guess, the DNA of the creature to be able to essentially enact the warp drive has on him. Has it altered him? Is he going to kind of have these different capabilities? I'd also like to see just some more character development with some of the other players on the ship. You know, as I said before, with Star Trek The Next Generation, almost all of those characters were interesting. Like I said, you could really do a show on almost all of them. Essentially, they did do a show on almost all of them. So I hope that as they're adding new people to the crew, and it looks like we got a new player in this narrative that came back with the captain from captivity, I just really hope that each individual character is very interesting in and of itself, because I think that for me, that's what gives Star Trek the depth that it has. We just have the broader story, right? What we like within the Star Trek narrative, the Star Trek canon. But then we have the different characters that are really interesting as well, that really kind of solidify, in my opinion, a fan base for Star Trek. So, I don't know, you guys. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was okay. I mean, I'm still hooked. I'm still looking forward to episode 6. Does anybody know how many episodes we have in this series? Does anybody know? Have they given us a number for that or anything? I guess I could look it up, but I can ask you guys just as well, and you can put it in the comments also. So, you guys, what'd you think about it? Yes, no, thumbs up, thumbs down? Guys, give me your comments below. And if you thought anything about the previous episodes, you guys can go back and check those out, because I have covered every episode. So I want to know what you think. Guys, stay with us. We're going to keep with Star Trek Discovery. Excuse me, you guys. Oh, tongue-tied today. Wascally wabbit. So stay with us, you guys. We're going to keep with it. I'm really interested to see how the series goes. Anyway, you guys, it is time for my bedtime. I have to work tomorrow. I got to be a grown-up at 8:30 in the morning. All right, you guys, please make sure that you like this. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't hit that circular button. It should be popping up now. Check out the other things I've did on Star Wars as well. Check out my ranking video where I rank all 5 series, of course, not including Discovery. And I give you my favorite, well, you know my favorite by now. Guys, thank you so much as always. Again, hit that notification bell, like, thumbs up, comment, all that good stuff. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.